Hi there, my name is Lauren Heistad, author to the book Homecoming, and today we're reading chapter 21, Infinite Power. The amount of energy you can channel towards a person, place, or thing is infinite and only limited by your mind. That's interesting, hey? Only limited by your mind. As I mentioned earlier, there's no one method or right way to access this source energy within your mind. All methods work and are unique to your very being. I utilize the cloud technique for a lot of reasons, but mostly because as soon as I step on that cloud in my mind shifts. And I enter my intuitive zone. This is a trained response, and I utilize this for two purposes. First is to quickly reach this level of attunement, and then also, for the second reason, is to return to my earthly body in a disciplined manner. However, once I'm in that zone, I have also utilized many different methods and techniques to send energy. This chapter will give a brief overview of a few of my favorites. Exercise. I often utilize the energy force created through exercise to propel energy towards a person in need. As I walk or ride my bike or swim, I will envision I am generating and directing healing energy, watching the area become more clean and full of light. One of the first times I was guided to use this technique was while I was trying to get up the motivation to exercise. Always working on that problem, but here we go. Anyways, at the time I always found myself coming up with many excuses not to actively move my body on a daily basis. Not because it didn't feel great, of course it does, but because I preferred to spend any of my spare time on my SOULworks, sending healing energies to those in need. Even today, I was going to go for a walk, and the first thing I wanted to do was come and read another chapter. Always priority, my SOULworks, I tell you. Anyways, one day, I was inspired to combine the two practices, and the results were truly amazing. I was so energized during the workout that I pushed beyond my usual steady pace. And I was literally like a seasoned athlete running a marathon. Well, a walker in a mini marathon, anyways. During the process, I also found the energy I generated even more intense, and my ability to visually see my client from a distance significantly intensified. I could literally zoom into their physical body and see what areas needed to work on, viewing areas with accurate detail and precision. I could also visually observe when the healing was complete for the day and the energies rebalanced. Now, please understand that you do not need to know where the energy is going for healing to occur. Healing energy always goes where it is needed when sent in a loving way, and it never fails. However, being able to see the areas where healing is taking place is helpful to confirm and validate the experience. As humans like that. Confirmation. No matter how many times I have successfully sent healing energy, I am always humbled by the results. It's truly amazing to hear that validation of the dis-ease that was present within the exact area of the body I was focusing on, as well as confirmation on the areas later becoming balanced and successfully healed. All right, another one of my favorites is singing. Now, I've already spoken to the healing benefits sound has to the body, mind, and soul. I utilize sound vibrations to help increase the strength and intentions of my energy healing sessions. Sound can literally heal the sick. It can heal the sick. Its vibrational frequencies carry with it healing energy, that speaks to us on a soul level. I use this knowledge and the power of song to better my health and the health of all others. Now, although I have yet to conjure up, or maybe never will, the confidence to sing to a client or someone in need, I do utilize this method when sending healing energies while in the safety and privacy of my own home. I select a song that speaks to me about the person in need and then sing with all my heart and soul. While harmonizing with the angels, I send, or not, remember, or not, I send this energetic force towards the person being healed, watching it cleanse their very being and help them along their journey. Now, the first time I sang a song with the intention of healing was for a terminally ill friend, and the song of choice was nothing I would normally have used. But the words spoke volumes and just started to flow. And although my friend passed on, please remember that a healing will always occur on some level. It may just not be clear to our earthly vision. The depths of our souls are vast and infinite. I also know in some way the song made a difference to my friend and helped with his transition. In fact, I hear from his spirit every time the song plays on the radio to this very day. All right, another one of my favorite, angelic wings. We are all spiritual beings, larger than life. Larger than life. We are all connected to everything that ever was and ever will be. We are all divine. We are. Most days. Therefore, it should be no surprise that we can achieve an angelic level just as our counterparts in the heavens. The first time I started to feel my energetic wings was very early on in my SOULworks. I did not have a frame of reference, as usual, to compare my experiences, but nevertheless, one day, while I was sending healing energy to someone in need, I felt my wings energetically unfold from behind me and embrace the person with all my greatness. I could literally feel as the wings expanded and I stood in my divine strength. Think I'm crazy? Well, I did. I could not wrap my head around why I, a mere human, and not always a good one at that, admittedly, would have the wings of an angel. It must have been my imagination, right? And once again, who the hell did I think I was? However, despite my self-criticisms, the experience was very vivid and very real. It was during this experience that my abilities as a healer also increased. Once again, I felt the surge of energy move from me to the person in need, and the healing powers significantly amplified. This experience also triggered an interesting memory, the memory of my mom recovering from her cardiac arrest so many years ago. I recalled the morning my dad had phoned to confirm the events that had transpired the night before. After receiving his call, I had quickly acknowledged the accuracy of my vision, truth, and then started the 100-kilometer trek to the hospital. And then I added in here, well, actually, it was more of a holy shit moment. Also truth. And then a panicked urge to be near my mom. Of course it was. Before I arrived, I took the time, though, to stop at a gift shop, and I was looking for just the right way to express to my mom what had transpired during the night, the visions I had, and the healing energies I had channeled towards her. My sights narrowed on a book called Wings of Silver. I did not even open the book to see what was inside. It was the title that caught my eye and prompted me to purchase this perfect and simple silver-colored book. As I neared the hospital that day, I was guided by my spirit to include a message within the book. And although I was reluctant to inscribe the message I heard, I moved forward anyway, with sheer faith. In remembering this memory, years later, many years later, I could not actually recall the message that I had included within. However, I knew it would hold wisdoms related to the experiences I had just had with my angelic wings. Not so coincidental at all, I also found other people describing similar experiences while discovering their true identity within themselves. This knowledge and confirmation brought much comfort, for perhaps I was crazy, but at least I wasn't alone. Years later, I mustered up the courage during a phone conversation to ask my mom what was in that book and the inscriptions within. Tears streamed down my face as my mom read the simple but profound words I had written so many years ago in my gift to her, Wings of Silver. To my mom, with her very own wings of silver. Love, Lauren. When I hung up the phone, my mind flashed back to the day I had written those mystical words. At the time, there was a power struggle going on between what I believed to be true and what I was being guided to write. That's a tough one, hey? Following what we're guided to write, even though it's not what we have been taught or what our experiences have provided thus far. All right. I don't know where I left off. I was clearly receiving the guidance to write the words as I eventually transcribed. However, my earthly mind was not fully comprehending the message. First of all, of course, I saw my mom as a beautiful soul, but a celestial angel? That concept made no sense to me at the time. Secondly, I knew an angel had truly visited me that magical night. This being of light helped me to see the power within, to send my mom love and to channel healing energies. However, to state my mom or even myself had our own wings of silver was incomprehensible to me at the time. I argued with my guides. Again, it happens a lot. I argued with my guides, saying it made no sense. To that, I heard their calm and soothing reply. Even so. Even so. Please write the words, my child. In due time, you will understand. That time had finally come. Those words written nearly 20 years ago returned into my conscious awareness on the day I needed them most. The day I felt my own energetic wings and my true divine self emerge. And you know what? Turns out I'm not crazy. My mom's had me tested. Okay, activating your SOULworks. As you become more and more aware of the spirit world, your true self will begin to surface. Trust in the information received. There was a time in my life when I would never have believed who I am as a soul and what I have come to this earth to accomplish. Fact. As I developed my knowledge base and experiences, I reached a point when I understood my SOULworks, but was still afraid to speak my truth to society. It has taken many years to decipher the messages and missed signals to truly understand and fear no more. It is at this point that I finally conquered my fears of the unknown, learned to start to speak my truth and share my experiences. What I've also learned to understand is that if someone is not ready to hear their messages, these messages, they will skip over them. They will literally skip over them, dismiss them as fiction, or completely not even hear the message at all. We only see what we want to see or hear what we are ready to hear. Anything out of society's comfort zone or knowledge base is dismissed. Trust me. And that is okay. It's okay. Perhaps it is not a part of that person's soul path to discover their inner truth at that moment in time. However, there will come a day. There will come a day. Guaranteed. When each and every person on this earth will experience their inner spirit starting to shine. And it is during these moments of enlightenment that every single individual will take a second look at the roadmap of his or her soul. Everyone will begin to hear the messages of spirit and access their true identity. Everyone, including you. All right, your move. The most important part. Step it up. Exercise has always provided people with a strong connection to the divine. The term runner's high is not a coincidence. Exercising your body literally increases your vibration, making it easier to connect to your higher self. Take the time to exercise on a daily basis, regardless of the activity. However, instead of letting yourself mindlessly wander, mindfully would be different, wouldn't it? Instead of letting yourself mindlessly wander, hold the intention to send this increased vibration towards something in need. Push yourself further than you ever have gone and notice how much energy you can generate. Send this energy out into the world. Do it. All right, sing. The next time you or someone around you is feeling ill, sing to them with the intention of sending healing energy towards the inflicted area. Hold the intention that sound vibrations are rebalancing all health problems and rebooting their physical systems with grace and ease. Sickness is no more than a person's energy skipping to the beat of their soul. Find the scratch and apply soothing sounds generously. Find your wings. You are a divine being of light. You are. Your soul has lived through so many experiences that your earthly mind may find hard to comprehend. However, I encourage you to open your mind and look at the areas in life to which you have always been drawn. Do you have a fascination with the stars? Do you believe in fairies? Have you had angelic encounters? Can you communicate with the animal kingdom? Trust these experiences are providing a mere glimpse into the greatness that you truly are. It is time. It is time to start finding your wings and opening your heart so that together we may spread our wings and fly. Do a double take. I have no doubt, absolutely no doubt, there have been many times in your life when you have read a book, heard someone's wisdom, or experienced an event that you dismissed at the time as false or impossible. I know this to be true because I've done the same. Of course I have. I invite you, however, to look again. Were there insights within the experience that you dismissed simply because they did not fall within your current state of awareness? If so, take another look. Read the book again. Or even once would be helpful. Retrace the steps of your past. Watch for the signs and start to map together the workings of your soul. And by the way, do not ever, not even for 1 minute, feel bad. Really, don't. Don't feel bad about not awakening to this reality sooner. You are exactly where you're intended to be. And lastly, amplify your light. The impact of many is always far greater than one. It is. Take your light and healing intentions out into the world. Actively look for a group of people who are interested in conducting the same work at the same time all over the world. Even right now, join me. Send healing all over the world. To do so is like combining battery packs to an already powerful source. The healing energy will grow exponentially. This has been proven through the power of prayer chains, large meditation groups, healing circles, and the like. Add your light to this ever-growing force of light workers. I'll see you there. And next time.